Hello folks, Joe G here with Masshole e-bikes and drones. I am super pumped today because I just received my brand new e-bike and I wanted to share it with you. I'm not going to go too much into the specs. What I hope to do is just show you the bike, tell you the price of the bike, and then I plan on making some videos demonstrating the capabilities of this bike. I will tell you right now that having ridden it just once last night, this bike is insanely powerful. I would strongly recommend that you are comfortable riding a big, heavy, powerful e-bike or perhaps even a motorcycle before you attempt tackling this bicycle. It is very powerful. It's also very, very big and very, very heavy. In terms of weight, think more like moped weight than actual bicycle weight. I believe this bike with the batteries mounted to it weighs a whopping 135 pounds. So this is a very heavy machine. Okay, just real quick, I'm just going to tell you that it has a Bafang motor on it. I believe they have labeled it as an in-runner motor. And again, it is just insanely powerful. 3,000 watts of nominal power, 5,000 watts peak, and the most amazing thing about it is just how quiet it is. Riding it last night, I did not even hear the motor. All I could hear was the friction from the tires on the road and the wind blowing by my ears at over 40 miles per hour. So it is an incredible piece of technology. Okay, the motor is 72 volt. It's a 72 volt system, and Magician supplies you with two batteries, one located on the rear rack and one located underneath the main frame. Together they give you 30 amp hours of power. So lots of energy that this bike has, lots of power. If you're not riding it at top speed the whole time, you could probably go pretty far with this bike. And if you ride it like a typical e-bike where you do a lot of pedaling and you set it to one of the lower settings, I can imagine you could probably go well over 100 miles on this bike. Okay, just to give you a quick look at the cockpit, you have a Bafang display. It was on a second ago, but it is since shut off. Let me turn it on for you. Okay, so when it comes on, you will see the little icon for Magician, and there you go. You've got your display setting. Right now it's set on stealth. Okay, you also have climb mode. You have off. I would hazard that you probably, unless you're on a really flat surface, really smooth surface, you're probably not going to be pedaling this bike without any motor assistance. But you also have, let's see, starting with off, let's go the other way. You have climb, you have stealth, you have eco, you have trail, and you have boost. And let me tell you, in boost, you are going to go insanely fast if you have this bike completely unlocked like I do. If you look up here in the upper left hand corner, you will see in the class settings, you could set it to class 1, class 2, class 3, or you can set it to unlimited. And I do have it set to unlimited, which means this bike is going to give you all of its power, and it is an amazing amount of power. Okay, there are other displays that you can put on here besides the one that I'm showing you. This is the one that I prefer. In terms of the brakes, you have 203 millimeter rotors, and you have what are called, I believe, Star Launch quad piston hydraulic brakes. In terms of suspension, you have a 120 millimeter hydraulic fork on the front, And for the back suspension, you have a DNM AD38 air shock. Okay, so you have both front and rear suspension on this bike. What else can I show you? This rack is basically rated to 50 kilograms, which is well over 100 pounds, and it feels incredibly solid. It is mounted in 6 places to the bike. Although I wouldn't recommend it, you could probably put a pad on here and somebody could actually ride on this bike with you. But again, I'm not recommending that. I don't think you should do that. I'm just saying that the bike has that ability to do so. Okay, you have your controller that's found inside the crankset, and you can set this bike to either torque or cadence sensing. I have it personally set to torque because it feels a lot more natural when you're pedaling the bike, whereas cadence just basically gets you to a preset speed and allows you to pedal without really putting in much effort at all. Okay, just a few quick things that I've added, that I've customized that do not come with the bike. I have replaced the seat with a Cloud 9 big fat cushy seat because I have a big fat old butt and it gets really uncomfortable on some of the seats that come with these bikes. So I changed that out. I also added this Michow rear view mirror because I'm very uncomfortable riding on the streets without knowing what's behind me. And one other thing that I did add to my bike that it doesn't come with is a horn. So that's something I added just for when I'm on the road and I want to let people know that I'm coming. Okay, it does come with a headlight, and if you turn on the headlight, it is very, very powerful. I believe it's a 12 volt, 9 watt headlight. And last night when I was riding the bike in the dark, it was extremely bright to the point where people thought I had high beams on. So just be aware of that. It does come with a rear light as well, and if you press the brakes, you will see that they do light up. Okay, the only thing that this bike doesn't have that I do wish it did include, it looks like it could have directionals on it, but it does not come with directionals. So maybe in a future model, Magician, if you put out a newer model, maybe you consider putting on directionals, because this bike is powerful enough for you to be out in traffic. And if you are going to be out in traffic, it's nice to have directionals just to let people know what you're going to be doing. Again, I was going up a hill on this bike at 40 miles an hour, and the bike is said to top out at 50 miles an hour. I have not gone 50 miles an hour, and I honestly don't plan on making it a habit to go 50 miles an hour. That's motorcycle fast, folks. And although I have no desire to go that fast on this bike, I'm not going to lie, it's nice knowing that I have that power when I need it, but I don't plan on using it that often. One more thing I want to show you is the drivetrain. Okay, so you have a thumb trigger shifter. It's your basic Shimano tourney, I believe, and that is basically hooked up with an Acera from Shimano, which is I believe is a mid-level shifter. You know, not totally high-end, but good enough for this bike. Okay, the crank is a 56 tooth, so it's fairly large. And in the past, these bikes, when they were out on YouTube, they were talking about how it only had one chain guard on it. This new iteration of bicycle does have the chain guards on both sides, so that is a nice feature to keep your chain from coming off. On the back you have a cassette. It is a 11 to 34 tooth cassette, and that big gear looks like a granny gear, so if you do plan on pedaling and you want to put in some effort, that should help you with getting up some big hills. So yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I really wanted to show you about this bicycle. I plan on making lots of videos where I show you what this bike can actually do. I will probably do a top speed test, although my wife and daughters have made me vow not to go top speed on this bike, but maybe I'll do it once just so you can see the performance. I am a 6 foot 225 pound guy, and like I said, this thing pulled me up a hill with no problem at all. It was actually quite shocking at how powerful this bike is. So anyways, that's it for now. I plan on showing you much more about this bike, so I hope you'll tune in. Again, if you're just joining me today for the first time, my name is Joe G. This is Masshole E-Bikes and Drones. If you like this video, if you could do me a favor, give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you. Have a great day.